everything else a little easier, a lot easier for me.
How depressed did you get?
It was pretty bad. It was bad. It was pretty bad.
What's pretty bad?
It depends, and I only say that because of different stages in my life. When I was a kid, they told me that I started developing at a very young age. They said my chest was too big, so they'd bind my chest for performances. Not my family. This was the very first show that I did, Good Times. They didn't tell me they were going to do this. They just wound up doing it. So right there immediately is telling you you're not good enough as you are. So this is where this stemmed from. How bad did it get? Well, that's kind of where it started. And even before that, when, you know, you have someone calling you names or whether it's a name of endearment. I was the kind of kid that internalized everything. Some people can...
Well, Michael called you Dunk, didn't he? Short for donkey.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not very nice.
No, but what... No, it's not. But when it's coming from a family member who means it out of love, it's just fun. They don't realize what it could be doing to you. And especially being the baby, when you have a big family, a lot of brothers and sisters, or even, you don't have to have a big family, but being the baby, you seem to always, a lot of teasing, and you get it more so than anybody else.
But do you think in your case it affected you more than any of them realized? That it was all chipping away?
Yes, this is what I'm getting at. They didn't know. I internalized, I was so quiet, I never told anyone how I felt. I was hurting inside, but I never said anything to anybody about it. And I'd laugh it off like it was nothing, not wanting to show that the pain that it was truly causing. So you don't do that. That's not the thing to do. That's what I did, and I kept that up for years. And my life began to change.
You said you've been through this a few times. You know, it's been like a cyclical thing, you know, where your weight's gone up and down, and you've talked openly about this in the book in a very moving way. And there'll be lots of women watching this who've been through similar things in their lives.
But see, it's not just about weight, Piers. It's about self-esteem. It's about...
And how you're feeling.
Yes, and that's why I started from my childhood, because I didn't want it just to appeal to women or men. I wanted it to appeal to teenagers, to kids, so that they know that they're not alone. And maybe one of these anecdotes that I give them, they can relate to. For instance, in the book I talk about, there was a time when I was so down and felt so unattractive, and it lasted for a very, very long time, that I used to bang my head against the wall.
Really?
Yeah. And,
hard?
Yeah.
Literally, like this?
Yeah. And the person that I was with, my ex-husband at the time, I mean, he'd have to stop me. And
what were you thinking when you did that?
I felt
crazy?
No, I didn't feel crazy. I just felt very unattractive. I didn't like who I was. I didn't like the way I looked. But once again, all of this stemming from, you're not right. This is how you should be. You're not good enough this way. You're not worthy. You're, you know, fraudulent. Whatever the case is, and all of that just building and building and building, accumulating to this point in my life, and that went on for a good while.
Did you ever feel suicidal at all?
No.
Never got that bad for you?
No. No. There may be an instant of, but no, not like that. Not like that.
I've seen you say before that most families are dysfunctional, and I totally agree with that. You take anyone's family and give them the kind of scrutiny the Jackson families had, they'd all look dysfunctional in some way.
But you don't even have to give them that. You take any family, you will find there are issues.
Yeah, that's what everyone has it, right?
Mm-hmm.
The difference is that you've had to, all of you, lead life in this crazy kind of...
Under a microscope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which makes it different to most people.
It magnifies it that much more. It makes it very hard. It's not an easy life.
It can't be.
Everyone thinks, oh, it's so glamorous, it's this, it's that. And like you said, the two sides. People see you as this, and there's no way, and you mustn't have any problems.
I never give it a moment's thought about how I look at all. And a lot of men I know are the same. Mm-hmm. But for you, I've noticed all these magazine covers that come out, this incredible premium that is put on female stars to look 100% all the time. And even when you go out now and try and be normal, of course, there's paparazzi everywhere. hoping to catch you looking a bit rough. I mean, the pressure must be enormous.
It's crazy. It's crazy, and I think that's why a lot of the women today, a lot of them swing in that other direction, and they're under-eating. I mean, some of the stories that I hear, which I'm not going to get into, and I'm not going to tell people's tea, but that's
other female stars who just do crazy things.
Yeah, that's not my place to do that. But
without naming names, what are the craziest things you're hearing? Don't name them.
No, I'm not going to name names.
But what kind of thing are they doing?
Oh, I hear about you. Okay, this is the worst. Eating tissue, Kleenex, to fill the stomach. So you're full. Yeah. So that you're full.
People do that?
Yes. So that you're full and that you won't want another bite to eat, and that's what you eat.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. And then for the kids to see this and to look up and say, oh, this is what I'm supposed to, this is what I want to look like, or what I'm supposed to look like, and want to go on a diet from a very young age, and not living a life as a kid. I was told at a very young age on the show Good Times once again too, that I needed to go on a diet. I was only, 11, 12? And I look back on those shows and I wasn't a heavy kid. But once again, what that does, and like I said, some people can just brush it right off, but others, they really internalize it. And that was me.
Coming up, Janet Jackson's rocky relationship with her father. One occasion you cite when you're getting out of the bathtub and he whacks you.
Tell me, what could the problem be? The past is something I can't change. It's a brand new day. Don't you tell